Hello and welcome back to the Temple of Elemental Evil. Well, we are back in Hamlet after leaving behind the moat house for good, where Lareth, with his dying breath, told us that the Temple of Elemental Evil was hoarding wealth to rival that of Croesus, so we definitely want to check that out soon. We didn't learn where the temple was located, but we did get a lead on a village called Nulb, which might have some information that might help us find the temple. So we're going to go there later, but first we're going to head to Emridy Meadows in search of the fabled Rainbow Rock and all the treasure it might contain. We also have to find Turgeon's worthless sacred relic. Everyone leveled up to 4. I went ahead and leveled everyone up off screen. Characters, when they reach level 4, get an attribute point to spend. I went ahead and put each character's point in his or her prime requisite. So Lucian the Bard, I put a point in his charisma. The 2 fighters got points in strength. Ivelios the cleric got a point in wisdom, and our sorceress got a point in charisma. From all the loot that we took from Lareth, I guess formerly Lareth the Beautiful, now Lareth the Horribly Disfigured, there was a breastplate +1, which I gave to Corin, a ring of freedom of movement, I also gave that to Corin, and Ivelios is now carrying Lareth's staff of striking. I also went ahead and bought Lucian, our bard, a bow, so now he can hone his lack of skill with a new weapon. Lucian also got access to level 2 spells, so I gave him Suggestion, which is just a more powerful form of Charm Person, and Mirror Image, which is just a useful defensive spell. Inera also got a level 2 spell. I went ahead and gave her Glitter Dust, which is just an AoE spell that blinds opponents within the area of effect. That lowers their attack, and I think it also lowers their armor class. It's one of the more useful spells in the game, in my opinion. Our fighters also got new feats. For Catriona, I gave her weapon specialization longsword. That will just increase her damage with that. And similarly, Corin got weapon specialization greatsword. And all the other loot that we got, those miscellaneous and sundry gems and jewelry, I just sold those off, and so now we're sitting pretty with about 6,000 or so gold. So we're doing pretty well on money. So let's go ahead and travel to... Oh, actually, one more thing I forgot. Something critical, which I've forgotten to do up until now. Our sorceress is able to call a familiar, and I've forgotten to do that up until this point. So we can go ahead and call one of these animals to act as her familiar. Let's see. I think a weasel will suit this party pretty well.
Of course.
Okay, and you get to name it. Let's see. Good name for a weasel. You know, she looks nothing like Mark Singer, but what the hell. Podo. So she cast the spell, and now we have Podo, her weasel familiar, in her inventory. Now, you can't, it's not like in Neverwinter Nights or Baldur's Gate where you can take the familiar out of inventory and interact with them and they can fight on your side and all that. He just sits in her inventory, and most of the familiars will add a small bonus to a skill or an ability of the character. I think a weasel will add, he adds a small bonus to her reflex skill. So we'll just keep him comfortably stuffed at the bottom of her knapsack among her dirty linens and such. Alright, now let's head out to Emridy Meadows and further adventure. And we got a random encounter with 2 skeletons, so let's go ahead and engage them. Alright, Catriona can just charge.
Okay.
Okay. Velios can charge the other one.
Of course.
Okay, of course he can't.
Right away.
Okay, that was fairly easy. And do they have any... Let's see if they have any loot. Okay, I guess they don't. Alright, let's continue on the trek. Okay, no, that's okay. I don't know what we'd be doing in the middle of a river. You'd think we'd find a better place to ford it. Okay, rather than... okay, it goes on forever. Okay, yes, let's go. Okay, please continue. And here we are in Emridy Meadows, finally. I think we're at the top. Yeah, alright. This is the battlefield on which the forces of good fought the forces from the Temple of Elemental Evil, I think something like 10 years prior to the beginning of our game. Alright, Lucian. Let's see, I think we can handle a single skeleton. Let's get him...
Yes, sir.
Let's get him to take a shot with his new weapon, and he'll miss. Yes, of course. Catriona can just charge as usual.
I'm off.
And she cuts him down.
Yes, sir.
And he has a short sword. Alright, we'll leave that reverently on his corpse. Another skeleton charges in to avenge its fallen comrade.
Right away.
And is promptly knocked. And another one pops up. Alright, let's just send her in. There we go. And another 2 skeletons. Alright, she can just take a shot. That really helped.
Sir.
And of course he misses. This battle is so boring that the game doesn't even bother to give us combat music. Charge in.
Right away.
And he missed. Can he charge?
Right away.
And he cuts it down. Let's just charge.
Okay.
Alright. There we go. Not really much in the way of scenery, just a sort of flat plain. We near the end? Is that... No, it's a rock, but it's not rainbow colored. Misleading us. Alright. Got our hopes up and then had them shot down. Alright, let's just... I tend to explore areas in a very meticulous fashion. What do we have here? A skeleton knoll. Alright, so these are basically skeletons of the of creatures like the dog guys that we met in the moat house.
Yes, sir.
This is basically like Pet Cemetery on steroids. Alright, charge in.
Okay. Right away.
Alright. What do we have here? A zombie. You know what? Just... Okay, oh, not... Okay. I was just gonna get... Of course he's going last. I want to get him to turn undead.
As you command.
But the zombie will already be dead. No. This is a particularly resilient zombie. Alright, now it's dead. And another one immediately pops up. Alright, Catriona, she'll just cut it to pieces. No! Alright, let's just get him to turn undead.
Right away. Yeah,
okay, and he destroys a couple that were hiding. Okay, that's good. And we're out of combat now. Okay. What is this? Rainbow Rock! And a zombie tries to keep us from finding the treasure. Alright. Let's finish this quickly. I am so excited.
Okay.
They really guard this thing. Alright, just charge him.
Right away.
Alright, I'm sure there are more down here. And of course I'm wrong. Here we go. We've been waiting for hours for this. The payoff is now. The dragon's hoard of treasure will be ours.
Okay. I'm ready.
And it's basically just a bunch of shit. So I've got 22 gold, some platinums, that's nice. Some amber, a necklace. We've got copper starburst pendant. That belongs to Turgeon, the canon of the Church of St. Cuthbert. That's, like he said, pretty worthless. Oh, we've got a strange figurine. And there's a ragged note to Turgeon, which is, probably just going to say, don't ever lose this. Dear Turgeon, please accept this copper starburst pendant of St. Cuthbert on your promotion to Chief Cleric of Willip. May St. Cuthbert always guide your path, your father. Alright, that's very touching. Now normally we do the greedy thing and probably just try to sell off the pendant, but since it is so worthless, we'll probably just go ahead and return it to Turgeon in hopes that he'll give us something out of gratitude.